very good morning and welcome to Connect Television News. My name is Yunton Musela. I hope you are having a fantastic morning wherever you are watching us from. So much lineup for you this morning. But first, these are our top stories. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos Ogamba unveils plans to enroll 2 million trainees in TVET institutions by 2027. Police in Kilifi County have escalated investigations on the cause of death of a minor believed to have been killed after being raped. Journalists have been asked to report ethically, champion the voices of the voiceless and marginalized to remain relevant. We also have editorial, weather and sports news. Welcome to the broadcast. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba has unveiled plans to enroll 2 million trainees in TVET institutions by 2027 as the government scales up reforms in skills in training. Speaking at Kenya Coast National Polytechnic in Mombasa, CS Migos announced the recruitment of thousands of trainees, new international equipment partnerships with China, Italy and Austria, and the expansion of maritime training under the East African Skills for Transformation Regional Integration Project, popularly known as ESTRIP, funded by World Bank.
I'm aware that beyond this academic block, this polytechnic is also a beneficiary of the World Bank funded ESTRIP project, which is supporting the construction of a regional flagship training center for marine transport and portal logistics at Wa, Kwale County.
The CS went ahead to emphasize government's commitment to enhance access to quality and relevant training to youth through TVET institutions, highlighting one of the strategies being expanding the infrastructural capacity of institutions.
The era of shrinking exchequer funding and diminishing donor support, this is the path that our institutions of tertiary education must follow. The construction of this facility should not just be a lesson in prudent and sustainable resource management. It should also be a demonstration of how such projects can provide an authentic environment for trainees to learn in real-world industry settings, thereby promoting competency-based education and training.
He was speaking after commissioning an academic building block which was constructed at a cost of 150 million shillings through income-generating activities by the institution. The block, according to the CS, will support both workshops and also serve as competence-based education and training. Switching gears now, and as World commemorates World Press Freedom Day, media stakeholders have been asked to embrace digital skills and champion the voice of the voiceless and marginalized. Our reporter Lynn Faith has more.
Speaking at Baptist High School here in Mombasa, media practitioners and media students acknowledge that even though efforts have been made to give media its free operating space, internal difficult working environment has forced many journalists to quit the profession.
Hata pia uandishi wa habari, the violations ambazo zinatokea haziko sana ziko nje. Mara nyingi unapata dhulma hizo ziko pale ndani kwenye newsrooms ambazo tunafanya. Unapata labda mwajiri halipi mwandishi wa habari pesa ambayo anafaa amlipe, wakati mwingine hampi kama ni leaves ambazo anafaa apate, na hizo ni zote ambazo ziko kwa sheria ya Kenya, kwa sababu mwandishi wa habari ni binadamu kama binadamu mwingine. So mara nyingi tunajaribu kuangalia vile tutashikana na hata media owners wahakikishe kuwa in as much as waandishi wanafanya kazi yao, internally pia kuwe na hizo resources, internally kuwe na zile policies ambazo zitawezesha kufanya kazi yao.
Human rights group whom also took part in today's commemoration, led by Vocal Africa Executive Director Hussein Khalid, emphasized the need to uphold press freedom of the media as enshrined in the Kenyan Constitution.
It's very important for us to say that we support our press katika kazi wanayoifanya. Katiba imezungumzia wazi kabisa katika kipengele cha 34 that in Kenya we must have freedom and independence of the media. Unfortunately, every other day tunaona press freedom ikiingiliwa. Hapa Mombasa penyewe tumeona several who have been attacked, some of them even killed while in the dispensation of their duties. So we want to condemn all sorts of attacks We want to call for freedom and freedom and independence of the media. And we are asking Kenyans, wherever they are, to stand in unison with our brothers and sisters in the media sector.
The event, organized by Media Council of Kenya, Mombasa region, in partnership with Coast Media FC, brought together journalists, students, teachers, and human rights advocates from Vocal Africa and Muslims for Human Rights. They reflected on press freedom and sought to inspire the next generation of media professionals. Reporting from Mombasa County, I am Lynn Faith Howard.
Now moving on, police in Kilifi County are looking for a man they believe to have raped a 7-year-old minor and strangled her to death. According to Deputy Commissioner Kilifi North Samuel Mutisia, security multi-agency team led by DCI have been deployed to apprehend the alleged criminals who committed the atrocity.
Ni bora tueleze wananchi wetu wakuwe watulivu, askari wetu na kitengo chetu cha DCI kikiendelea na kufanya uchunguzi na kutafuta hawa wahalifu, na tumetoa himizo kwa hicho kitengo kwamba tusaidiane sisi wote na information yoyote ili tuweze kushika hawa wahalifu kwa haraka kwa muda mfupi sana ambao unawezekana.
This comes as lead doctor at Kilifi Referral Hospital confirmed the minor was raped before being strangled to death.
Yule mtoto aliweza kuvunjwa shingo, alafu akafanyiwa zinaa na huyo culprit, ambayo sisi tunasema hilo ni tendo ambalo hatuwezi hata tukafikiria sisi kama madaktari, but ni kitu kimefanyika. Sisi kama madaktari hapa hospitali tutafanya juhudi ya kwanza, zile vipimo vya postmortem by tomorrow morning tutakuwa vishafika katika government pathology, government labs kwenda kupima. Tumeweza kuchukua samples zote, au madaktari wameweza kukaa tangu asubuhi hapa kuhakikisha kwamba wamecollect zile samples zote polepole na kwa ukina, kuhakikisha kwamba hakuna kitu ambacho kimeweza kuachwa.
The family on their part are calling for speed investigation, confirming to have lost their future hope. And some breaking news checking in on our news desk right now is that a section of residents in Kiembeni Blue Estate in Bamburi area of Kisauni are engaging in demos to demand what they are calling proper public participation in the proposed relocation of Kiembeni Primary School to vacate plots originally earmarked for public utilities. The residents claim the process lacks adequate consultations, necessary approvals from the county government, and lacks valid environmental impact assessment. They are also accusing parties involved of illegal land subdivision and grabbing of spaces meant for amenities such as playgrounds, also police stations, a church, and a mosque. So those live images, we are getting them from our very own camera person, Nixon Kairu Karanja, who is on the ground, and he will be updating us as developments unfolds. In other news, political advisor in the office of the president, Karisa Nzai, has taken a whip at the county government of Mombasa over what he terms as negligence of the needs of residents in Jomvu. Nzai, who is eyeing the Jomvu parliamentary seat in 2027 general election, described the situation as a deliberate move aimed at denying residents access to good roads and other essentials such as social amenities.
Governor ameletewa pesa. Your Excellency Governor, your ward administrators, viongozi ambao umewaweka hapa mashinani wanakuuza governor. Kama haujatembea hili eneo la Mnazi Mmoja kwa punda, hawana access road. Leo mimi kwa mfuko wangu kile changu kidogo nimeweza kuwaletea malori hapa, malori 6 ya kuweza kuwatengenezea mahali tu kwanza wanaweza kupita kabro, lakini wawe na access road. Governor, wafanyikazi wako, watu wako wanakufeli, na hawa ndio mahadui wako. Hao nakaa nao kwa maofisi, hawako mashinani, wanakudanganya tu governor, mambo ni mzuri, haiwezi kuwa mzuri.
Residents on the part say poor service delivery, especially deteriorating state of roads, has greatly affected their daily lives and hampered response during emergency situations. The residents are calling on both the county and national governments to urgently intervene and address the infrastructural challenges facing the area.
Shida kubwa ni maji, njia na stima kule chini. Sisi tunashukuru Mungu hapa tulipata stima, lakini pia
changamoto ile tunapata hapa, kama mimi ni mhudumu wa afya nyanjani, kukiwa kuna mgonjwa au kama kuna mama anataka kujifungua, inabidi tumbebe na mkeka, sababu wheelbarrow haipandi na kuna gari inaweza shuka au ikapanda au pikipiki. Kwa hivyo tuna changamoto nyingi hapa.
Na sisi tunataka tuwaambie viongozi kwamba yule ambaye amekuja ndio wetu. Mheshimiwa Zae, tushike mkono, tutengenezee barabara, tutengenezee shule. Hapa hakuna shule yoyote yenye tuko nayo, hakuna stima pale, wamama wanateseka pia na hii mambo na barabara.
And last but not least, residents of Burukenge slums in Chuda area are raising concerns over poor sewage system in the area. They say raw sewage flows openly near their homes, exposing them to health risks, making their daily lives difficult. Our reporter Nixon Karanja has more details.
Flowing in the open. This is the reality for residents of Burukenge in Mombasa County. Just a few meters from their homes, wastewater moves through broken drainage, lines unchecked and untreated.
Mimi naitwa Dennis Mitembei Njagi. Mimi naishi hili ya Burukenge. Za juzi kumekuwa na mvua kubwa sana, na hiyo mvua imetuadhiri sana, manake sewage yetu hapa si nzuri sana, haijafunikwa vizuri, inaangusha nyumba. Watoto wanaanguka huko mitaroni, mbuzi zinaumia, zinabebwa na maji, nguruwe. Yaani kila mtu ana huzuni, hata mama mboga, vibanda vyote vimeenda. Kama tunashinda hii mvua itaisha lini bana?
Residents say that the situation has been like this for a long time, with little of no action being taken. Blocked drains and poor water management has only been made the problem worse, leaving sewage with nowhere to go.
Naitwa Tom Kibegwa, naishi Chuda. Hii sewage treatment imekuwa mbaya. For a minute tumekuwa tukistruggle na easy floods. Maji inaingia mpaka ndani ya nyumba, inasumbua electrical appliances. Nyumba zetu zinaanguka. Kusema kweli serikali imejaribu kufanya mambo yao, lakini at the moment they are not, your helping hand imepotea. They are not helping us.
Residents here continue to live with the smell, the discomfort and the risk, hoping their cries will be heard. Reporting live from Global TV, I'm your reporter, Nixon Kairu.
Into our weekly editorial segment, we look at World Press Freedom Day. So every year on May 3rd, the world marks World Press Freedom Day to celebrate the importance of a free, independent and pluralistic media established by the United Nations through UNESCO. The day serves as both a celebration of journalism and a reminder of the dangers journalists face while informing the public. In 2025, the state of press freedom globally paints a worrying picture. According to the Reporters Without Borders World Press Freedom Index, More than half of the world's population now lives in countries classified as having a serious press freedom situation. The report further notes that the global average press freedom score has dropped to its lowest level ever, showing that journalism worldwide is increasingly under political, economic, and security pressure. Globally, countries such as Norway, Estonia, and Netherlands continue to rank among the best performers in media freedom due to democratic institutions, legal protections, and public trust in journalism. However, many nations across Asia and the Middle East and parts of Europe continue to witness censorship, arrests of journalists, and state interference in newsrooms. In Africa, the picture remains mixed. Some countries, including South Africa, Namibia, and Cape Verde, have relatively stronger press environments, yet across many of the continent, journalists face intimidation, restrictive laws, economic pressure, and political interference. Reporters Without Borders note that media ownership, concentration, and dependence on government advertising have weakened editorial independence in several countries in Africa. Kenya has long been considered one of the East Africa's most vibrant media environments, with numerous televisions, radio channels, and digital platforms. Nevertheless, recent trends suggest growing challenges. In the 2025 World Press Freedom Index, Kenya ranked 117 out of 180 countries, dropping from 102nd position in 2024. The decline reflects concern over political pressure, attacks on journalists, surveillance, fears, and economic influence over media houses. Institutions such as Committee to Protect Journalists and the Media Council of Kenya have repeatedly raised concern over harassments, arrests, and threats directed to journalists covering protests, corruption, and governance issues. At the same time, financial struggles within media organizations have led to layoffs and reduced investigative reporting, weakening journalism's watchdog role. Despite these challenges, Kenyan journalists continue to play a critical role in defending democracy, accountability. Investigative reporting has exposed corruption scandals, human rights abuses, and misuse of public resources. This demonstrates that even under pressure, the media remains a pillar of a democratic society. As the world commemorates World Press Freedom Day, governments, civil society, and citizens must recognize that press freedom is not merely a journalist's issue. It is a right, or it is a public right. Without a free press, corruption thrives, misinformation spreads, and democracy weakens. Kenya, Africa, and the wider world must therefore strengthen legal protections for journalists, promote media independence, and ensure the safety of those who risk their lives to tell the truth. The press, a free press, is not an enemy of the state. It is the voice of the people and the guardian of accountability. End of news for now. Up next is weather. End of news, that is local news. Up next is weather with Vivian Atieno.
Welcome to your weather report update. My name is Vivian Atieno. Residents in Mombasa should expect a warm and humid day with temperatures rising to around 31 degrees Celsius. The morning is likely to start cloudy with brief showers in some areas and before sunny intervals develop late in the day. Light coastal winds will continue across the region, creating generally fair conditions along the beaches and nearby towns. However, there remains a slight chance of afternoon showers and isolated thunderstorms in some parts of the coast. Over the next few days, temperatures are expected to remain steady, with highs averaging 31 degrees Celsius and warm nights around 23 to 24 degrees. Motorists are advised to remain cautious on roads during any sudden rainfall due to slippery conditions and reduced visibility. That's your latest weather update. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and have a pleasant day ahead.
We start our sports news with boxing. And Mombasa County Boxing Competition Secretary Samson Tony is calling for interventions of forts calling deliberate sabotage on the ring during competitions in previous events. Speaking in a candid interview, Tony lamented how it happened on his side when his boxer was on the ring and when opponents were on the ring.
Ambao ulikuwa hapo Mama Ngina tarehe 18 mwezi wa 4, na mchezo wenyewe ulikuwa mzuri, lakini kuna shida ambayo kidogo ilitokea katika upande wa ring, boxing ring. Ile boxing ring ile ni nzuri, lakini sasa kulikuwa na mtelezo, na huo mtelezo nafikiria kuna sabotage fulani ambayo iko, kwa sababu last year tulifanya huo mchezo ambao tulikuwa na mchezo wa Mombasa Festival Boxing Championship, ambapo katika boti fulani tukapata watu wanateleza kuanzia hapo, lakini boti zingine mambo yalikwenda tu fresh. Sasa hii inaonekana kuna mtu alitempa na ile boxing ring, kwa sababu hata kama mvua ikinyesha ile canvas haitelezi kabisa. Sasa mimi nashuku kuna mtu alitempa, ndio maana maboksa wengi wakawa wanateleza katika huo mchezo.
On the other sports news, Tusker FC striker Eric Kapaito has revealed that the lucrative rewards on offer in the Mozart Bet Cup are providing extra motivation for Tusker as they chase silver and a return to Continental. The Brewers are among the 4 remaining sides in this year's competition and will face KCB in the semi-finals scheduled later today. With Tusker already out of the FKF Premier League title race, the domestic cup now presents the club with realistic opportunity to end a 3-year trophy drought, while also securing a place in the CAF Confederation Cup. Kapaito admitted that the desire to represent Kenya on the continental stage is one of the key driving forces within the squad ahead of the crunch encounter. Switching gears, Man United interim coach Michael Carrick is set to face the media ahead of his side's final home game of the season against Nottingham Forest. He will be facing questions about his future after exclusively revealed that talks are underway for Carrick to remain at Old Trafford. Carrick will also face questions about Casemiro, who will take to Old Trafford for the final time as a United player, Bruno Fernandes, and maybe even Elliot Anderson-Links. Stay tuned as we bring you all of Carrick's words from Caringo. And match 37 out of 38 of English Premier League will be underway this weekend. On Sunday, Manchester United will play against Nottingham Forest. Brentford see off Crystal Palace. Everton to battle it out with Sunderland. Leeds United vs Brighton. Wolverhampton Wanderers to cease fire against Fulham. Newcastle United to finish the trailing fixture against West Ham United. And on Monday, Arsenal to host Burnley at Emirates Stadium 10 p.m. Also on Tuesday, EPL showbiz continues. Bournemouth to host Manchester City, Chelsea to play against Tottenham Hotspur. End of sports news. My name is Max Mirekwa.